revs here. Here they come. Get ready. Gate drop in Vancouver right now. And guess who's first to the Carpe turn number 1? You got it. It's the Englishman on the 99, Max Anstey. He leads him into this rhythm section, and Anstey trying to go perfect once again here in Vancouver. Kyle Peters slots into second. They actually credited him with the whole shot, but it's Anstey who comes out of that first corner with the lead.
Yeah, and Cullen Park buried back in the pack. Coming out of that finish line turn, he was getting hit on each side of his bike, just banging elbows.
There he is right there, and guess who's just in front of him? Thompson. Wow. Even though they both had a rough start, they still find each other. This one's scheduled for 12 laps.
Better start for Kyle Peters, too, getting up front. He was really good in that first one in the lead pack. Lost a couple of spots, but now he gets a chance with some clear air in that front group. Little mistake in the corner.
Cody Schock sits back in third. Then it's Lopes and McElrath almost bar to bar through the whoops here as they fight over fourth. There they are. Lopes is on that 16, hanging on the inside. McElrath trying to come around the outside. He's been on the primary bike, the backup bike, back on the primary bike. I'm not sure which one he's on right now. I'm guessing the primary. But the way his night's been going, who knows? But the one thing McElrath doesn't do is quit. He continues, the reigning champ, with that #1 plate.
Take a look at the lap times. Anstey was a 56.4, so the track not quite as quick as it was earlier in the night.
Schock with that triple right there in the rhythm section, singles out.
McElrath making a move on Lopes. Got him. And here comes Schock trying to catch up to Peters. That's the fight for second as they dive into the whoops.
Yeah, both hopping through the whoops right there. Schock needs to make the move on
Trying
Peters.
to get inside here, Jeff. Here he comes. Cody gets a wheel out in front of him. Cody Schock on the 69, trying to take second and does.
And these two know each other well. They've been battling every day for the last 6 weeks.
Now, Daniel, he's trying to make a move here as well. McElrath trying to get around Peters, and Lopes coming with him. Lopes gets back around McElrath, so they're going to switch over fourth. And Peters, due to that fight behind him, gets a little bit of breathing room.
Oh, that was close.
McElrath pushing hard here on that one. Lopes defends as they get to the corner.
Yeah, Lopes had to single into that rhythm section, but he gets the triple out, stuffs him back. What a battle for fourth. Lopes wants that podium overall. McElrath and Peters behind him in points. Want to make sure that Park and Thompson don't come anywhere near him so we can secure that third overall tonight.
Watching Kyle Peters on the 110 coming at you on the green bike. Kawasaki mounted rider. And we see Lopes right behind him on the 16, all in the red riding gear.
So now the race is on for the lead. Anstey goes across the finish line, 57.2. Cody Schock, 56.3. Schock, the fastest rider on the track. He was a second quicker than the leader, Max Anstey.
Cody Schock with the words, "I can, I will," on his handlebar pad, believing in himself right now as he's putting in the best laps of the night he's ridden so far when it could pay off the most. Almost to the halfway point here in race number 3. The gap between Lopes and McElrath less than a second as they fight over fourth. There's Wageman on the 64 and Robbie back in 10th.
I cannot believe this. Cody Schock on that Arby's Yamaha is riding incredible right now. I mean, Anstey has set the mark. He's won everything so far this season. And Schock is inching up closer and closer. And if he can pass Anstey, that would give him the overall here tonight in Canada.
It's one thing to write, "I can, I will." It's another thing to absolutely believe that you can do it, and he is doing that, Jeff. You can see it in how he's riding. He is charging forward at every second of the lap.
And he's the closest that he's been. And for Max Anstey, as perfect as he's been, the one thing he hasn't had to deal with is pressure, real pressure. And he's been perfect so far. So maybe for him, this is okay as well. But he's about to have a test he has not had yet this season.
Here's the event standings as you look down below. With the fight the way it is right now, Anstey would win the overall by 5 over Schock, and then Lopes and Peters behind him in the top 4. the thing for Shock now, as we approach we are at the halfway point, he knows he can do this. He has shown to himself, I can run the same lap time as Anstey. I can fight this guy. So now he can truly believe he can get this done and push hard here in these final few laps.
Yeah, and it seems like they each have a section of the track that they're a little better than the other guy.
And which ones are they?
Well, it's hard to say. I think around the finish line area, it seems like Shock has it. And then you get through this next section, it seems like Anstey's pulled out a little bit, and now Shock's back on him again. But
see this battle here with Peters and Lopes. Peters on that 110. He's in third. And then Venom back, Bud racing Kawasaki. And here come the top two right at you. Different approach to the whoops this time as Cody jumps through him. And he gets up into the tough blocks, knocks a couple of them over.
Yeah, I think the triple in the whoops is more consistent. Here comes Lopes. But Anstey's been phenomenal blitzing, but it might take just one step out, one mistake that will tighten this thing up. But how about Kyle Peters just putting together solid laps? Enzo Lopes is a little bit quicker.
Oh, we got one down here. Is that Wageman?
And maybe Chisholm.
Or Chisholm went
14.
dropping through the field. Here comes Lopes pushing on Peters, who looks over to his left, sees him there, can't block him in the corner. And I think Lopes is going to get the position as they get to the next turn. No, he goes too wide, and that opens the door back up for Peters, and then McElrath and Park come charging into the frame. There they are, sitting 5th and 6th.
We have been delivered incredible race 3 battles this season. 4 all bunched up again, just like in Buenos Aires. Out to end, different cut-ins. Park joins the party.
Lopes gets around the 110 of Peters here now. And Enzo moves up in front of him. He'll take over third. And Park is right behind Peters now, with McElrath behind him as you watch the fight here inside the top 5. That's 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Man, Cullen Park has just been in the middle of it all night long. Unfortunately, it's not for the lead, but boy, he has made some the racing extremely exciting.
Park pushing on the 43. Trying to find a way around Peters. Kawasaki rider having the best night he's had so far in the 2025 World Supercross Championship.
Here it is. There it is. Park to the inside.
Can he get it done?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, he did.
And now
Gets him coming into the whoops.
Yeah, Park changed it up too. Now he's jumping. I think those whoops are so torn up at this point that these guys have resorted to plan B. Now Anstey, we saw, he's continued to blitz, but Park was great in him in the first 2 races. Now he's jumping him, and he's not done. Enzo Lopes is right there. We talked about that podium overall. Cullen Park has locked in on the 16 of Lopes. That's where the battle's going to be to close this out.
You see that you're still attending to the down rider over there, Chisholm. Kyle down on his Suzuki here. Here's our race leader at the top of the frame on the left. That's Max Anstey trying to go perfect once again here in Vancouver, and he's just 2 laps away from sweeping every race so far in 2025.
Well, and Max Anstey has just started to inch away from Cody Shock. Anstey's lead 2.5 seconds right now, so that's going to give him a little bit of breathing room here with just about 2 laps to go.
Speaking of breathing, Anstey even pointed out in the last interview with Krista that he wasn't feeling 100%. He's struggling a little bit with his health, and he's still putting in a perfect night.
Yeah, it's an incredible ride for him. I mean, he just shows where his program is at, and he's executed great starts. And by being up front like that, he's been able to just ride his own race, as they say, but have a clear track to where he's not focusing and having to bang bars like Cullen Park and Cole Thompson, right? He's just up there trying to stay focused and hit his marks lap after lap and just be perfect. So far, so good. Only a couple laps to go.
Anstey, the Yamaha rider, 1.5 seconds up on Cody Shock.
Still opting to skim through the whoops. Oh, and then a little jump at the end.
Boy, there is no weakness in his program right now, is there? It is just perfect.
Well, and he's best in the areas that matter the most, the starts and the whoops. If you can get off the gate and you can handle the whoops all night long and you're working with the most speed, you're going to be hard to beat. And in this race was the first time he had some real pressure, someone right there where he could hear him, and he handled that too. So he's just checked every box on the way to possibly going 6-0.
Yeah,
he can close it down.
And the top 3 on the racetrack are the top 3 in the overall points right now. Anstey 5 up on Cody Schock. If they stay this way, that's how they will finish the overall here tonight as we are on the final lap.
Schock went for that big jump right there, came up short, opted to not do the triple, but late in the race, still creative, looking for something. That's good to see out of Cody Schock.
One final pass through this nasty whoop section, and Anstey has made it look easy here tonight. Wow.
There have been 6 SX2 races in 2025. Max Anstey is about to win the 6th of the year. Here he comes to the checkered flag. Max Anstey lights the candles with another overall win in 2025 as he goes perfect 3 for 3 here in Vancouver at the Canadian GP. Cody Schock and Enzo Lopes will finish 2nd and 3rd here in BC Place.